Listen to that. That's the sound from the protest in Glasgow recently. You hear it at nearly every pro-Palestine march in the UK. Globalize the Intifada. It's chanted as a rallying cry. But what does it mean? What does it actually mean? And more importantly, why is it so dangerous? Activists will tell you the Arabic word intifada just means uprising or shaking off. They'll say it's a political call for resistance against occupation. But this is, at best, a disingenuous half-truth. To understand the danger of the chant, you have to understand what it means in context. The first Intifada in the 1980s was a grassroots uprising, but the second Intifada, which began in 2000, was something far more terrifying. It was a 5-year-long campaign of brutal, indiscriminate violence. It was the era of suicide bombings on packed civilian buses, massacres in pizzerias, cafes and supermarkets. It was the deliberate, targeted murder of civilians. Sound familiar? So when you hear the chant Globalise the Intifada on the streets of Glasgow, London or Manchester, you're not hearing for a call for a peaceful political solution. You're hearing the call to globalise that violence, to export the tactics of the suicide bomber and the knife attacker from the West Bank to the West. It's a direct incitement. And we're seeing the results of this rhetoric in real time. Tensions in the UK are at breaking point. Since these marches began, police and community groups have reported a staggering, unprecedented rise in hate incidents. We've seen arrests at protests for inciting racial hatred and for supporting proscribed terrorist organisations. The radical left, who march in lockstep with these groups, have become increasingly volatile. Convinced of their own moral righteousness, they shut down transport hubs, vandalise businesses and create an environment of intimidation. But they are making a profound mistake. They believe they are partners in a progressive anti-colonial cause. They're blind to the reality of who they're marching with. As I highlighted in my previous video, this isn't just a spontaneous movement for human rights. It's part of a deliberate plan. Hamas leaders themselves called for a global day of rage, urging supporters worldwide to show their anger. What you are seeing on our streets is the answer to that call. It's an organised plan by radical Islamists to use the language of the progressive left to advance a deeply reactionary, intolerant and extremist ideology. The most telling example of this, the moment the mask truly slipped, happened recently at a protest in Tower Hamlets. Video captured a leftist activist, megaphone in hand, speaking to an Islamist mob. He says to them, "There's no need for this, bro. We're on the same side." The response he gets back from the crowd, sharp and immediate, is, "No, we're not." Let that sink in.
No need for that. We're on the same side, bro.
No, we're not.
Yes, we are, bro.
No, we are not. The radical leftists marching in this video, the students on university campuses, they're being played. They are being used as a shield, as useful idiots for an ideology that fundamentally despises them. An ideology that would be the first to turn on the very progressive values they claim to hold. People need to wake up. This chant, Globalise the Intifada, it's not a call for freedom, it's an invitation. It's asking you, and anyone who marches alongside it, to walk blindly down the dark path of radical Islam. A path that has no room for the left, no room for liberal democracy, and no room for the freedoms we are supposed to cherish. The question is, will we keep walking, or will we finally open our eyes?